This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the den where it finished. Millwall 1.
Middlesbrough 0.
Big fat 0. What a defensive display. A game of two halves. Happy birthday. 14 years old. My boy. Love him so much.
What a birthday present.
Yeah, what a birthday present. You're celebrating with Billy Mitchell at the end. And we're still in the playoff race. We're banging it. 60 points for us, 60 points for Borough, 60 points for West Brom.
And 62 points with a game in hand.
Yeah, for Coventry. All to play for. Bristol City, I think we've got 63 have they got?
Yeah,
I think they drew today.
I think it's something like that.
So it's really close. Listen, we're in it. 4 games left of the season, and you know we've got a chance, and that's all you can ask for. Against, listen, we differ. I thought Middlesbrough played some really good stuff today. Certainly in the first half, they were all over us, and I don't know how we didn't concede. The only thing I'd say is we do defend resolutely, so we allowed them to have space, and you know, too much space as far as I'm concerned. The junior out on their left side.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He was in bucket loads of space. Honeyman struggling because obviously he's told to play more central, and by the time he's got out there, a couple of times he tried to intercept, and it just did not work for us. But they didn't make the most of it, and you know that's what you've got to do. Saying that, for the first minute of the game, we have, you know, there's a free kick. I think the first and last free kick that the ref gave us in the first minute for a blatant push on Ivanovic, and it's crossed in, and Kramer's headed it over again. Like I talk about the ref and only doing one thing right in the first minute. Well, the only thing Kramer done wrong in the whole game was that. Stick a like on the video if you don't mind. Obviously subscribe to the Mill Drive Home. Yes, I'm happy. Yes, I'm buzzing. Yes, I'm excited. So apologies for if I'm potentially over the top. I couldn't care less. I'm sure most of you watching this are Mill fans, and you're equally as pumped and as happy as we are. Obviously we've got Tommy in the back, who is actually a Brighton fan, but he's got a good record at Millwall. He has got a good record. He'll have to come more often. Yeah, so stick your comments in below. What do you think? Is you know, we've got Blackburn away, Norwich at home, Swansea at home, and then, you know, who knows? Burnley.
Hopefully on the beach, Burnley.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Oh well, that, you know, the Championship's going to go down to the last day, I think. So they'll probably have something to play for. But we're, like I said, we're a Jekyll and Hyde team. In the first half, we just couldn't get going. We couldn't create anything after that first minute chance. And Middlesbrough played the ball around really well, created a couple of half chances. I don't think Jensen really had too much to do in the first half, did he?
I don't remember him having a proper save. He had a couple like low at him, but there wasn't any real chance.
Yeah, and it just did, like I said, it just did not really work for us. We could not get any kind of patterns of play. No. We kept trying to go down the right side where either Honeyman or Emaku, both of them weren't doing enough on the ball.
I genuinely thought that was Emaku's worst ever performance. Yeah, he just didn't look like he wanted to be there.
No, he doesn't, and he well, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily, but that he doesn't want to be there. It's just I don't know whether he lacks confidence sometimes, and he weren't trying to take the player on. And that's his game. You know, his game's to get in behind them and run at the defence, and he didn't really do that. And you know, he kept coming back or getting beaten to the ball. And then we haven't mentioned, obviously, so we'll go through the lineup. So we had Jensen in goal, who made an unbelievable save in the second half. A back four of Ryan Leonard, Kramer, Jake Cooper, and Joe Bryan. And Joe Bryan has been absolutely amazing. He made one mistake. Fortunately, we didn't get punished for it today. The unbelievable Billy Mitchell and Casper Denor started in midfield. On the right we had Honeyman. Left we had Emaku. The anonymous Kundal played as kind of a central attacking midfielder. I did hear that he was playing in the ghost position, so much so that he ghosted the first half. You know, it was what's really refreshing from Alex Neil. You know, we've had managers that, you know, even if it's not working, they're reluctant to change it. The good thing is, at half time, you realise this is not working at all, and took Kundal off and put Langstaff on, who worked his absolute nuts off. And the starting striker was Ivanovic. And talking about working your nuts off, this guy runs and puts himself about. He won most of the headers. And you know, he's just a force of nature, Ivanovic, because he's not actually that big. He plays like he's 7 foot tall, but he's not actually any bigger. Obviously, they're starting Johnny Howson as a centre back who, you know, he's beyond it. Although he did defend really well on a one-on-one situation with Aziz in the second half. But like I said, so we get to half time. We haven't really created anything. Middlesbrough look bang on top. We change it, and then it's, you know, the first 5 minutes of the second half, how we didn't score, I have absolutely no idea. Some great chances. A corner come in, and Cooper's headed the ball over the bar. A chance, I think it went to Langstaff, and I couldn't see it, but you know, the players and the fans behind the goal.
Like there was a guaranteed penalty.
Yeah, it looked like and the ref was atrocious, absolutely atrocious today. Really, you know, even throughout all the celebrating after the final whistle, when they walked off, the officials, they got booed, which will tell you an indication. Probably should have been a penalty. Like I said, I didn't see it from my angle, but then I'm sitting in the crowd. The ref's right on it, so I think he's probably bottled that decision. We had, like I said, a couple of good chances, and then a well-worked goal, to be fair. The balls fell to Negley, who's, I think he started the move. He played it wide to...
Yeah, he did a nice little roulette turn, played it wide to
Aziz,
who just took it down the wing.
Aziz came on for Amaku, who took it down the wing, cut it back. It's fell to Negley, who's he's done really well. I forgot, I'll go back to another chance, but he done really well and just drilled it into the bottom right-hand corner to put us 1-0 up. And, you know, the crowd really got into it. You know, I know you get the old adage of sing when you're winning. The Borough fans sang well today, brought a lot down from Middlesbrough. So, you know, it shows what a massive club they are to bring that many fans on a... But to be fair, it's fortunate that it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. You don't get many of those anymore. But we did create a chance. The big chance and a fantastic save by Travers in goal was the ball was played out wide to Honeyman. He took a good first touch to put it a bit wide, cut it back, and somehow Travers has...
I don't know how he got there.
Got down really low to push the ball wide, and I think the chance may have come from that for the penalty. But we should have been 1-0 up there. But Negley puts us 1-0 up. Obviously, Negley had a 20-minute cameo. Negley came on at... Was it Negley that came on at half... No, Langstaff came on at half-time for Kundal. Negley came on for Honeyman, and Aziz come on for Amaku. And we just looked like a much better team. You got Billy Mitchell and Casper Denor coming. Saville came on for Denor, and Saville was winning everything in the air. He seemed to have he's been working on a trampoline in training, because he was winning everything. And you know, just we were winning the midfield battle in the second half, and that made a massive difference. And the change of formation meant that we could put more pressure on them. They weren't able to play out like they were so easily in the first half. Saying that, obviously we get the goal, and it does change the dynamics of the game. We certainly sat back deeper, as you would kind of expect. But this is where for years with Rowett and Harris, he's got us. You know, those defensive managers mean that when we get a lead, we have an idea of how to hold on to it. And saying that, Middlesbrough have created. They've had a lot of shots from distance.
Yeah, a lot of Azaz shots. Who is he can strike a ball like a bullet, but none of them were on target near enough. There was 2 shots that were on target that were swerving near Jensen.
Yeah, Jensen hasn't had to do enough in that main part of the game. Although saying that, there was a really good save by Jensen. Yeah. I think he made one save before the unbelievable save, and the unbelievable save right at the end where I think it was in injury time, where it's gone over the top to our, you know, I think it went over the top of Joe Bryan, and the fella looks like he's got to score. He does the right thing. He plays it across goal, and somehow I didn't think he got a save. He hit the ball too hard for my angle, but you're in line with it, and you could see comfortably that Jensen's pulled off an unbelievable save to put that wide. There was a couple of blocks by Joe Bryan and a fantastic tackle by Billy Mitchell at the end to get in line with a player. He nicks the ball and then bodies the player and then celebrates like he's just scored a goal. It was just a full, you know, blood, guts and thunder performance from a team that's believing in themselves, and a team that, you know, like I said, a game of 2 halves, because we were shocking in the first half, but to then raise the level, change the formation, see it's not going right, and then to take a very good Middlesbrough team and beat them, that's, you know, it's fantastic signs, not just for this season, but for the future going forward, because, you know, Cramer's looked like...
Yeah, he's been
Kreml was
apart from Ivanovic, our best side in this season.
It's been what an unbelievable player he is, fitting in so comfortably at centre back. So much so that you're thinking, how's Tanganga going to get back in the team? And that'd be unheard of. Tanganga's probably up there with player of the season.
I'd think maybe instead of Cooper. Because Cooper just looked lost.
And Cooper's the captain.
Yeah.
So that, it'd be a big decision to drop your captain. But Kramer deserves to start centre back. You have said about Leonard, he looked a little bit knackered, but again, fighting for the shirt. Again, he doesn't get beaten one-on-one against nearly anybody in the league, which is a great testament to him at this stage of his career. But he's just such a warrior. Who was your man of the match?
It has to be a joint man of the match between Billy Mitchell and Kramer. First half, I thought they were our best two players, and the second half, I thought they were our best two players. Billy Mitchell, I don't know what Alex Neil has done to him, but he just looks like a different player. He isn't passing it back as much, and his passing is amazing. He keeps hold of the ball, he goes into tackles, he's playing amazing. And Kramer, very similar, and wins everything in the air as well.
The thing with Billy Mitchell that a lot of people don't realise is he had an injury. So he's coming back from an injury, and he looked, like you said, he's reborn. He's absolutely reborn. He's full of confidence. He was spraying passes all over the place. I agree with you. I think it's very difficult to give it to either. Not mention Kramer, who won everything, absolutely everything at the back, and Billy Mitchell. But there was some, like I said, I thought Ivanovic put a shift in. Saville done really well when he came on. There were some really good performances and really hard fought performances, but we played football decently at times. Certainly in that second half, we shifted the ball. Like I said, Aziz was we had a 2-on-1 with Langstaff, and Aziz gets bodied by Howson. He should have really laid him in, but I don't think we can say any more. Obviously, apologies, we were at the Pompey game, but we were on the piss. Well, I was on the piss, so I didn't think it was right to record a video. I weren't obviously driving, and then we didn't go up to Sheffield United. But we're not sure about Blackburn. It's on Good Friday, and I've got work. But we'll see what happens with that. But what a fantastic performance today. We're going to go home and have a barbecue with all the family, make the most of this young man who's grown up to be the most amazing young boy. Like I say, young boy, young man. I'm very proud of him, and you can end up. What do you want to say? It's your birthday. You finished the video.
I don't know I don't know what Alex Neil's done to a struggling Millwall side, but what he's done is amazing, and props to him. He's done amazingly with the squad, and he's brought something out of our team that no Millwall fan would have ever expected 15 games ago.
There you go. We'll end it with that. There's only the only one way we can actually end it, and you know what we're going to say? No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yeah.